Christmas is that time of year when everything feels a little brighter, a little warmer, and somehow more meaningful. But what if Christmas wasn't just something you decorate? What if it was something you could design? This time I designed 5 shoes inspired by Christmas itself. 5 ideas, 5 emotions, 1 holiday translated into form, color, and texture. Let us start with the most iconic one of all. Every Christmas begins the same way, with a tree. Not just any tree, a Christmas tree. Tall, grounded, full of quiet strength, carrying color and joy without ever losing its balance. I imagine this shoe as a boot, something stable, grounded, and confident. The green came first, a deep tree-like green. Meant to carry the height, the stillness, and the quiet power of a Christmas tree standing in a room. But a Christmas tree is never just green. So I began adding the ornaments one by one. I placed them around the ankle, letting them wrap the boot the same way decorations circle a tree. Each color was chosen carefully, not too perfect, not too matching. Because Christmas decorations are never about perfection. They're about personality. I wanted the colored pencils to stay visible so you could feel the softness, the handwork, and the slight imperfections that make it human. This shoe became my version of a Christmas tree. Grounded at the base, joyful at the top, and quietly proud of every color it carries. But Christmas doesn't stay at home for long. It moves outside into lights, crowds, music, and little wooden stalls filled with magic. Christmas markets have a very specific kind of beauty. Warm lights, deep reds, and gold everywhere. For this design, I stripped everything back to simplicity. I chose a classic red shoe, calm, confident, and timeless. Red felt right. It carries warmth, celebration, and just enough drama, like standing under market lights on a cold evening. Then came the decorations. I used gold gouache to echo the ornaments you see everywhere in Christmas markets. The shine mattered. I wanted the light to catch the surface the same way ornaments catch your eye as you walk past a stall. This shoe became a small celebration, dressed in red, finished in gold, and ready to walk straight through a Christmas market. Not every Christmas story starts with a sparkle. Some begin in the kitchen with warmth, spice, and a little bit of magic. Gingerbread cookies have a very specific language, soft edges, playful shapes, and decoration that feel almost hand-whispered. I didn't just want this shoe to look like gingerbread. I wanted it to feel baked, not built. The design comes directly from those tree-shaped cookies. If you look closely at the edge of the shoe, you'll see that familiar festive curve translated into form. Colored pencils were essential here. They gave me that soft, edible texture, the kind you expect before the icing goes on. Then came the icing, white gouache applied almost like pastry decoration. Not too perfect, because gingerbread is never about perfection, it's about charm. This shoe didn't want to shine, it wanted to smile. But Christmas isn't only made of sweetness and spice. Sometimes it's about anticipation. There's a quiet magic in a wrapped gift. Before it's opened, it's not an object yet. It's a feeling. For this design, I imagined the foot itself as the gift. The shoe moves closer to a boot. Stronger, more protective, like something meant to be unwrapped slowly. The upper edge is inspired by fir tree silhouette, echoing the rhythm of Christmas greenery. Around the ankle, I wrapped a ribbon, not as decoration, but as a structure. The bow sits naturally, as if the shoe chose to dress itself. The red pattern comes from wrapping paper geometry, repeated, festive, intentional. Red here isn't loud, it's celebratory. This shoe isn't worn, it's unwrapped. And just when you think Christmas is all warmth and sweetness, the night arrives. And then there are Christmas nights, when the city goes quiet, but the lights decide to speak instead. This shoe was inspired by Christmas after sunset. Dark streets, glowing lights, and that moment when everything feels softer and a little magical. I chose a deep black velvet tone, not just black, but the kind of black that absorbs light, like night itself. I worked with colored pencils to create that soft velvety texture, because this shoe needed to feel quiet, not loud. The golden fur at the top became the glow of Christmas lights. First drawn softly, then finished with gold gouache, so it could truly shine. And the hanging golden lines, they are not decoration. They're memories of lights floating above the streets, gently moving as you walk. This shoe became my version of a Christmas night, calm, dark, warm, with just enough light to guide you forward. Christmas nights don't sparkle, they glow. 5 shoes, 5 Christmas stories. From trees to markets, to gingerbread, to gifts, and finally to night. If you'd like to see more stories like these, you know where to find me.